yes, this murder actually took place, and yes, my lyrics line up with what appears to have happened, but it wasn't me and I didn't have anything to do with this. Can you just see how absurdly, ridiculously hard that would end up being to defend? That's the whole point of this. With Young Thug and Gunna indicted, rap lyrics seem to be on trial yet again. So I wanted to shoot this video and speak on these rap lyrics being used as evidence and how rappers really just need to be careful with this stuff because they run the risk of their own art essentially burying them. My name is Jamal Kersey and I'm a criminal defense attorney in San Diego, California. And in this video, we're talking about rap lyrics being used as evidence and the dangers it brings. And so this indictment includes allegations regarding murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, possession of stolen weapons, as well as drug possession with intent to distribute. So it's a laundry list of serious crimes. There are 28 people on this indictment. The reality is there are going to be a number of people who are going to be facing decades, if not life, in prison. And so like I said, some of Young Thug's lyrics are actually now being used against him in this case. He says, I done did the robbing, I done did the jacking, now I'm full rapping. And so what would that mean? So in the past, he used to rob people. Maybe I'm rapping now, so I'm living straight now, but in the past, I did the robbing, I did the jacking. So I was actually stealing from people. And so when you have allegations of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, armed robbery, these lyrics are being alleged as overt acts in furtherance of a conspiracy. Conspiracy is just an agreement between two or more people to commit a crime. The problem in this situation is that these rap lyrics are being basically interpreted as confessions. When you use as an example, say Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, like they're not branded as gangsters, but that's something that everybody agrees with, right? So even though these guys have created some of the most gangster art of all time, so you have movies like Godfather, so the Godfather trilogy, Scarface is a big one, the Goodfellas, Casino, even recently The Irishman. If for whatever reason, let's say one of them were on trial, I just really can't see any of these movies being used as evidence against them. But there's a distinction between these actors and the rappers. When Bobby D, Al, and Joe are out and about, there's not an attempt to blur the lines between their art and reality. If we're saying that them as rappers are them as artists, and then them in their private life is their private life, which is not so private because it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, it's on YouTube. There's not this attempt to say, hey, I'm this way on a record, but I'm completely different in my private life. And so there's an attempt, if we're talking about blurring the lines with rappers, it seems they're completely erasing the lines. And you almost have to in order to be able to maintain authenticity, right? Because the moment someone questions whether you actually are the gangster that you are on record, that's when things start to go south for a rapper. So there has to be this constant maintenance that the person is exactly who they portray themselves to be on a record. And so for me, as a person who actually has represented people on trial for murder and attempted murder, massive drug cases with gang allegations and the like, listen, these cases are hard enough without having my client on record or having my client on social media talking about how there's nothing to let off 100 rounds at an op. It's problematic. It really is. In these cases, you can be gangster on wax and not actually talk about actual killings that happen down to the nitty-gritty detail. Because listen, this is how it ends up playing out. So let's just say there's a murder and there's a rapper on trial for the murder. You can best believe the jury is looking at your client as the biggest monster in the world at this time. Not only do they have the brutal killing of somebody, but we have a person who has rapped lyrics that specifically detail a murder at the same place and carried out in the same way. They're not going to be looking at the client as, oh, well, he's just an artist and this is just creative expression. They're not. And so you don't want to have to be in a situation where either you're going to have to take the stand and explain how you don't really mean what you said and how, yes, this murder actually took place, and yes, my lyrics line up with what appears to have happened, but it wasn't me and I didn't have anything to do with this. Can you just see how absurdly, ridiculously hard that would end up being to defend? end. That's the whole point of this. Rappers got to do themselves a favor and stop putting all these details into their lyrics. Hey, if you got something out of this video, please show me some love and hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications button so you never miss a new video when it drops. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think, and if you really got something out of it, share it with a friend. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace.